From our studios in Atlanta, we're going there. And Los Angeles.
Oh my God, I wish I fathered that.
We cover the hottest entertainment news you need to know. This is Dish Nation.
Dish Nation.
Welcome to Dish Nation. Got to send a big shout out to our peeps over there in LA.
What's up, Atlanta?
Shout out to Porsha who's back.
Shout out not to you guys. Why do y'all have those masks on looking shady?
Because you the plague.
No, I'm no longer contagious. I don't have a fever anymore.
Girl, you was just coughing a few minutes ago.
Stay away from us.
It's like straight out of Compton all over again.
You're fine. If anything, you lose some weight. Don't you want to be skinny?
If anything, I think we could take them off, right? It's not that bad.
That's right. We're in Los Angeles,
we can
so
take 'em off.
it's okay.
Okay,
I
I
All the way in LA. Y'all tripping.
There's a lot to get to today. Later in the show, you'll never believe the bombshell that just got dropped about Idris Elba and why Chris Hemsworth is talking about a sex change.
Oh.
But first, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are going to be on the series finale of Cocktails with Khloe, and this sneak peek has so many layers to it. Northwest actually flushed her dad's raps down the toilet.
Oh,
His
no.
rap.
Take a look.
Kanye had every single rap in his iPhone before he started really working on Pablo, and then North flushed it down the toilet, took her, and they could not be retrieved.
No.
We sent it to like 4 places, and so
Apple Genius was genius enough.
yeah,
the FBI to unlock it.
yeah, and he didn't even get mad.
Oh my God.
I would have at least like screamed.
Yeah, I would have cried.
Yeah, cried, nothing.
Oh no, that would have been my daughter's first whooping.
Wait a second. Is it on like a thumb drive or something? I don't understand how she
Now,
did this.
A lot of people now, like, they write their songs like in their phone or their tablet. So, like, if you lose your phone, you lose all your lyrics depending on how you backing it up.
Well, what the heck kind of toilet do they have that they can? I mean, is it a tiny little phone? Because my low flow toilet's not going to flush a 6 plus.
Exactly.
Exactly. I think this is the first sign of a lie. Because you're right. You cannot flush a phone in a toilet.
You can flush it, but it can drop in there, and if it's not waterproof, it's ruined.
Yeah, but
If it did happen, though, this is proof that Northwest has some talent. No, listen to me. She's trying to produce here, and she's letting her father know that she'd like him to collaborate with Lil Jon again.
Well, staying in the kids zone, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis just announced that they are ready for baby number 2. Yes, picture it, everybody. Olivia Wilde is pregnant. She made the announcement with this picture on Instagram, which shows she and Jason's first son,
Oh, yeah.
2-year-old Otis, with the caption, matching baby bumps. So he's pulling up his shirt and showing his little baby belly. She looks sexy.
And that's waking up sexy.
freaking adorable.
They've both been married and divorced before, so they're not really rushing into...
Everybody who's been married and divorced is not anxious to get married ever again.
You're
I mean, that's who you have to
"Oh,
find.
Right.
Somebody who's also married and divorced. That way you never do it again. Shifting gears, Chris Hemsworth is talking about sex changes.
What?
No, say it isn't so.
Although he is
Okay.
pretty.
Fine.
This is actually kind of a funny story. He was on Ellen yesterday, and he was telling a story about his 4-year-old daughter, India, who was a little bit jealous of her brothers.
My daughter's kind of envious of my boys at the moment. She came to me the other day and she's like, you know, Papa, I want one of those things that Sasha and Tristan have. I'm like, what do you mean? So, you know, the things in between their legs that you have. I was like, well, you see, you know, girls, and then my brain's like, how do we handle this, you know? She goes, I really want one. I'm like, a penis? And she's like, I want a penis. I'm like, okay.
A little 4-year-old saying, I want a penis.
Yeah. And I was like, she's 4. You know, I was like, you know what? You can be whatever you want to be. And she goes, thanks, Dad.
I can totally relate to this.
God.
I can totally relate because I had an older brother and I was so envious of the things that he could do with that thing.
What was he doing with it that you saw him doing with it?
Well, I grew up in southern Indiana. It got very cold in the wintertime. We had a lot of snow, and I would be envious that he would be out there and he'd ride his name. He could go anywhere. I would love to do that. It's impossible to do that as a woman.
Now, trust me, you have more power now as a woman.
I actually, as a kid, too, the same way. I didn't understand why when I was outside playing baseball with all the boys in the neighborhood. I was about 6, and my dad was out there, too, and I wanted to take my shirt off. It was very hot outside, and all the boys were taking their shirt off, and I wanted to. My dad said, well, no, you can't. And I was like, why? We all look the same right now. He's like, well, but you won't at some point, and you can't. It's not appropriate. I'm like, but right now we do.
You still look the same as those boys. You can take your shirt off right now, Sammi.
Yeah, take it off. What's the difference?
Boy, it's hot in here, Sammi. Come on.
Well, today is the New York primary, and apparently Donald Trump has Slurpees on the brain. Trump did a speech in Buffalo last night, and when referencing 9/11, let's just say that he got a little mixed up.
I want to talk just for a second. I wrote this out, and it's very close to my heart because I was down there, and I watch our police and our firemen down on 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center right after it came down.
Maybe he actually saw 7-Eleven being built, and like the fact that they was building one in Manhattan was pretty brave to him.
He was down there at the 7-Eleven and witnessed the policemen and the firemen and the bravery. I mean, eating the egg salad sandwiches at 7-Eleven, that takes bravery.
Sushi! But I will say this, we're so sensitive to 9/11, nobody even seemed to flinch in the audience. Is it like,
I was
it's
watching
always
them in
too
the background,
soon?
like, did they not notice or hear it?
Are they not paying attention? Because how is there not somebody looking around going, did he just...
They're still voting for him. They're not paying attention to anything that he's
They
saying.
don't care less what he's saying. When he talks, it's like white noise. It's just like, shh, no one's paying attention.
Well, you know what happens when something like this happens? Memes start going crazy, and there are a ton flooding the internet. Like this one, Trump honors the victims of 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, never forget.
Oh, my God.
That is pretty great.
I think the problem with all of this is everybody did this with their class elections. It became the thing. I know our class did it. We voted for the joke kid, and now we're doing it for the president of the United States.
Lord.
You know that means we're not going to have a class reunion in 5 years.
I didn't get a class reunion. I was
didn't
here.
either.
Me either.
My guy's in prison for meth.
This could happen to America.
All right, well, there's one person that Calvin Klein doesn't want, and it's Calvin's.
Who?
Kendall Jenner. Now, she's one of the faces of Calvin Klein's label and is featured in the latest #MyCalvins campaign, but apparently Calvin Klein says he wouldn't have even chosen Kendall Jenner to be in the campaign.
Why not? Look at her. She looks great.
Calvin says these days models are paid based on how many followers they have instead of representing the essence of the designer, and apparently he's not a fan of her work.
Okay, hang on a second. You're telling me the owner of the company, the creator of the brand, doesn't want her and he doesn't have ultimate control?
Well, here's the thing. He gave up that control in 2002, so he's no longer in charge of, like, choosing the models. But how can we sit here and shun the James Brown of the Kardashians? She's the one who actually clocks in and goes someplace to work.
That's what I'm trying to say. She's not a random Instagram model. She's an actual supermodel right now.
Right.
Well, the one person he doesn't mind being in his Calvins is, mysteriously enough, Justin Bieber.
Well, yes.
He does approve of Justin Bieber as an ambassador.
I wonder why.
No, that was a misrepresentation. He said he doesn't want Justin Bieber in his ads. He wants Justin Bieber in his...
That was a typo?
Never mind.
Oh, God. Well, he would approve Justin Bieber. His ex-boyfriend was 48 years younger than him.
48?
So, yeah, I'm sure Justin is right up his alley.
Oh, that's not nice to say about
And by up his alley, are you saying the same thing I was saying?
Up his alley. Alley-oop.
Well, Live with Kellie and Michael is losing Michael.
Oh, no.
Yep.
How many has she gone through now?
Well, let's see. There was Regis, right?
It was just Regis and Michael.
I think it was just Regis and Michael.
This seems like a lot of guys.
Yeah, ABC announced that Michael Strahan is leaving Live with Kellie and Michael to join Good Morning America as a full-time correspondent. I guess he was doing Good Morning America a couple of times a week, and now they must have offered him a ton of money because he's leaving behind Kellie and Michael.
So who should replace Michael Strahan with Kellie?
Headkrack.
Yo, I would totally do that. I would totally do it.
I think you'd be good on there with her if you could do that and us at the same time.
Funny, and he's funny on there. But
Any other suggestions?
You know, they should do a lateral move and replace him with another Mike. Like, I would totally watch Live with Kellie and Mike Tyson.
There's probably got to be somebody else, though, that could possibly do it.
What about Frank Langella?
We're getting warmer. You're like halfway there.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Oh, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe is free. He's probably looking for something to do.
Never mind, I didn't want it anyway. I love this show, and I'll stay here forever.
Well, after the break, we're going to tell you about Idris Elba's secret second marriage. And trust me, it's juicy. More Dish Nation in a minute. Idris Elba has not only starred in some of the best shows on television, but he's also starred in tons of big movies, turned in award-winning performances, and he's definitely considered one of the biggest stars going right now. But you know what?
What?
That came at a cost.
Really?
All that hustle, strive, and ambition, the cost was love.
What do you mean? He's had plenty of lovers.
Right.
That's true love, probably. There's a difference between true love and lovers.
Speak on it, Gary. So Idris recently split from his girlfriend, Nayana, who's the baby mama to his son, Winston. And we know that he was married for 4 years to Kim, with who he now shares a 14-year-old daughter by the name of Isan. But did you know he had a secret second marriage?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, let's rewind the tape a little bit. So there's a lady by the name of Sonia Hamlin, who's a U.S.-based lawyer. She was married to Idris Elba for a few weeks around the time his fame really began to take off back in 2006 when he was on The Wire. So Sonia says they split after a very brief marriage, despite being madly in love, because Idris's Hollywood handlers told him that the relationship, quote, wasn't the right look for his rising star status.
Okay, I can see that.
How could he let somebody determine that, though, if you're madly in love with somebody?
But that's what happens, though. They do that, you know.
They do that, and then plus think about it. He's like a sex icon, and you want to kind of imagine them to be single and available, so if you bump up and meet them, you could possibly date them. So I could kind of see her taking one for the team for a little while.
You think she took one for the team?
Why has she been quiet all
She
this
got
time?
traded from said team. So in an interview, Sonia said people were telling him he was going to ruin his career. He was being told it was an important part of his image to be a single sex symbol in Hollywood, and being married would damage that.
That's sad.
I know it makes me sick.
It would damage it, though, because I trust me. If I would have seen Idris and I knew he was married, it would have been like, whatever.
Porsha, you wouldn't have cared?
Oh, well.
Oh, Porsha, you wrong.
It happened.
It happens, but it's not fair. It's not nice. He wasn't in love with it, if you ask me, in the first place.
Anyway, Sonia said it was very sad. Idris and I were madly in love, but he was getting a lot of flack for being married. Everyone was like, dude, you're the hottest sex symbol, they were telling him. It wasn't the right look, and I wanted to save the marriage.
I think that's the best excuse ever. This man didn't want to be with this woman. This man was like, bitch, I'm about to go to Hollywood.
So yesterday, ABC made the shocking announcement that Stana Katic is leaving the hit show Castle after its 8th season, and I think now we might know why.
Why?
So it's being reported that the actress and longtime co-star Nathan Fillion have been having behind-the-scenes friction, and sources say that Stana and Nathan completely despise each other.
Really?
They don't speak to each other when they offset, and this has been going on for seasons now.
This is crazy to me how actors can't act their way out of their personal issues.
Well, hell, I've experienced that for almost 10 years. So, I mean, honey, it's called being a professional, and it's your job and your check.
So you've been working with somebody that you just didn't like personally for 10 years?
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Every day, this job is a test in humility and monkness.
Oh, are we sensing something? Have you two been good actors?
But yo, so the two characters they played tied the knot a couple seasons ago, but there's apparently no love in real life. It's reported, allegedly, this season it got so out of hand that Stana and Nathan had to go to couples counseling together.
Really?
Wow. Well, that means they're great actors and actresses.
Well,
To tuck it out as long as they did, especially like
Yeah.
on TV and a show that's like so like intense like
Close-knit,
that.
Yeah.
At least they didn't go like the Martin and Gina route. Like they did so good on that
Yeah.
set. Like Martin thought that was his wife for real and stuff.
Yeah. So which one of us should go to counseling to deal with each other?
The whole show.
I go to counseling to deal with you, Gary. I do.
Yeah, I go to counseling, yeah.
To deal with everybody.
Yeah.
Gary hate a little bit of everybody.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got comedian Ben Glebe in the studio with Heidi and Frank. Plus, guess which celebrity somebody paid $90 grand to kiss.
Oh.
It's all coming up next. Stay tuned.
We had so much fun with him last time, we had to have him back. Give a big Dish Nation warm welcome to actor, stand-up comedian, and game show host, Ben Glebe.
Yeah. We
Proof.
love you.
Congratulations,
Oh, I love
man.
you both. Thank you.
In your 3rd season now.
Yes.
Idiot
And they
test.
said it wouldn't last.
Who said that? I will find them. I will root them out in their holes.
This show will be on forever because there are so many stupid people in the world, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's a need for people to watch other people fail mentally on television.
There
And I
is
feel
something
that.
about that when you're at home and you're watching Idiot Test and you get it. Maybe you get the one question and you're like, oh, come on! on. How do you not? No.
Yep.
And
You feel real cocky, and then
here's what happens: is something like, oh, come on, it's good. Touch the cord.
Don't be a dum-dum, you think, and
then you had it wrong at home too. That's the worst.
But I mean, to make you feel a little bit better, we're very good at writing these brilliant tests, and sometimes we intentionally we work around your brain. I don't want you to feel terrible about yourself,
right?
You know. Sometimes we're just smarter than you. That's it.
It is so much fun to watch, though.
Thanks.
And you also have, a political idiot test coming up.
That's exactly right. So regular idiot test airing every Tuesday at 10, 9 Central. 2 episodes every week, and crazy themes. We have scary episodes and celebrity episodes and all this, but then we have Politically Test, a one-time special airing on 420, which is the perfect date for it because you sort of have to be high to follow our politics.
Yeah.
We have a totally different set, different format, and we're just playing political games and puzzles with 2 pundits on opposite sides of the aisle to try to make some sense of this election, and the only way to do it is through a game show because politics become a game already anyway.
Well, Dish Nation wants to play a little game with you.
I like that.
Because on Idiot Test, there's couples or there's 2 people on a team, right? They got to figure out stuff together. So you have to play this game. They say, let's imagine that you and a celebrity have been kidnapped by a crazy serial killer.
I've been there.
He or she will only let you live if you solve a very difficult puzzle. So what celebrity's intelligence would you trust your life with if you had to choose between these 2?
Oh, boy.
Courtney Stodden or Farrah Abraham?
You have to go Farrah Abraham because she was a teen mom who then became a porn star, and to be able to pull off both jobs.
So she just have some smarts.
You got to have a broad range of abilities.
Okay.
So she'd help you get out of a lot of jams, help you get out of a lot of situations. She might help you get out the back door.
All right.
As she's helped you get in.
Lamar Odom or Rob Kardashian?
It's tough. Lamar, current or like Coma Lamar?
Current Lamar.
Current Lamar or Rob Kardashian. You have to go current Lamar because he's got the experience. He's a battler. He's come back from difficult circumstances. He's been on the court. Rob Kardashian, never even heard of him. Is that a boy? Is he one of the Kardashians, I assume?
Yeah.
He's the one that can't stop kissing Black China all the time.
That's him, yeah.
I've seen his face attached to Black China.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a Black China is. But so you have to choose a Lamar. Just from height reasons, so he'd poke his head out and he'd be able to look like a periscope around and
that's
escape.
also smart. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
He'd poke his head through the ceiling. Best way to let people know. It's like if the kid and the mom in the movie Room could poke their head through that room and be like, "Hello, we're being held in here."
Help!
Thanks, Ben Glee, for joining us on the show. You're welcome back anytime. Keep it right here. More Dish Nation coming up.
All right, so Ricky Martin stepped out for a charity event in Brazil with his brand new boyfriend, Juan Joseph.
He is really cute.
Yeah. I'm like, they look so well together.
Don't they look dapper?
But Ricky wasn't just there to look pretty. He was there to raise money for AIDS research by auctioning off his mouth.
Wait, his mouth?
What that mouth do?
What that mouth do? Now, a woman paid $90,000 just to get a kiss from Ricky Martin.
Okay.
Now, you probably want to ask yourself, for like $90,000, what kind of kiss are you about to get? Take a look.
That is just gross. Why did they have to hold the back of each other's heads? That just makes it even more passionate.
No, but that made it worth the money.
Yeah, now he leaned into that. He's going to be living La Vida Mano in a minute.
Yeah, I think she's pregnant.
Right? Twins.
Now, is there a celeb that's worthy enough paying to get a
Brad Pitt.
Damn.
Brad Pitt, baby. I don't care
Any
how old he
particular
is.
era
how old
Brad
he-
Pitt? Like right now Brad Pitt?
Benjamin Button Brad Pitt. Kiss the baby. I don't care. Brad
You would
Pitt.
pay 90 grand?
I would if I had 90 grand for charity. I would. Yeah, he is him and his wife, Angelina Jolie too. Throwing a 50 on top of that.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
You gotta pay to watch.
Well, I'll shoot you 10 to watch for charity.
Wardrobe provided by Robert Grant.
Dish Nation.